Hey guys, how you going? It's Michael Crawford here. I'm just going to do a quick overview of what I'm going to take to a wedding this weekend. Now, after you've done a few weddings, you sort of know how you're going to shoot. I actually just went over some of my photos because I haven't done a wedding for a while. I just wanted to see which lenses, which cameras, and how I'm going to shoot this wedding. So yeah, after considering the wedding, the type of wedding, the location and stuff like that, I've decided to take this bag here. Alright, yeah, this is a Pelican case. This is one of my favorite cases. Quite heavy, but very sturdy, great for protection. What I like about taking this case to a wedding is that at the wedding, you know, when I arrive and set up my gear, with this case I can get this lock here. I can put a padlock through there. Sorry, there's a plane going past. I'm just going to stop for a sec. Okay, the plane's gone. Sorry about that. Yeah, so with this case I can put a lock through there, a padlock, and I've got a little length of it's like a little cable, like a Kingston sort of lock. I don't know if you've seen them for computers, like that sort of cable, and I can then wrap that around anything that I can find at the wedding, such as a chair, a post, anything really that I can strap my case to, and then I can lock this up and sort of not be too stressed about it. Last thing you want to do is, you know, put your case somewhere, you're very busy and involved in taking photos naturally for the wedding, and you cannot be watching your case, and you know, next thing somebody's seen a nice photography bag, had a look inside and might have pinched something or even pinched the whole case. Complete disaster. You don't want that to happen to you. Even if you've got insurance or whatever, not a good thing. You're going to be upset. Going to ruin your night, your day, your week, your month possibly. Alright, so yeah, that's the main reason that I take a Pelican case. Yeah, simply because it's a hard case that I can lock up. Alright, now, what have I got in here? Let's have a look quickly. Oh, okay, so it's a very small wedding that I'm going to. Even though I haven't packed lightly, I like to be prepared like a Boy Scout. Let's have a look what I've got here. Alright, so going through what I've got. I got my D800E camera. I probably will not use that camera. It's got too many megapixels for a rating, I believe. I know a lot of people would love to use D800s or D810 or whatever it is. But no, not for me, not this time. I'm going to go for the old fella here, the D700, 12 megapixel full frame, gives great skin tones, all that sort of stuff, great images come out of that. Very happy with that camera, not going to go too wrong. Now, surprisingly, you might be surprised, you may not be, I'm going to also use this guy, which is the D7100. Okay, the room that the wedding and reception is going to be in is going to be quite well lit. It's got large glass windows, and you know, I probably doubt that I'll be using anything higher than ISO 1200 at the absolute max, probably at night time. So not really worried about that. Okay, another plane's coming. I'm just going to pause for a sec. Okay, welcome back. Now the way I envisage the night to run is that I will have this D700 with this lens on it in the beginning. This is the Sigma 35 1.4, high quality piece of glass, and I've got my flash in here, SB910. That will be on that camera. I've got Godox flashes here, which are radio controlled. I've got two of these. Okay, so for the actual reception, not the reception, for the actual ceremony that's going to be held in the same room, I'm going to set these up so that they're bouncing off the ceiling, which fortunately is a low white ceiling, and they're going to bounce off the ceiling towards the couple, you know, at the front of the room. And I'm going to meter that with this old flash meter here, old capital meter, and I'll get a reading. I will, you know, therefore set my aperture accordingly, and you know, it should all be hunky-dory. Now the main camera that I'm going to use for the actual ceremony is going to be this guy with this lens. This is the D7100 and the 18-140. Why? Because I'm getting old and lazy, and actually it's a very sharp, very good lens. Perfect combination. Got VR. I'll put this radio trigger onto here, and it will fire off the Godox flashes, and off I go. I'll be able to get a multitude of angles and tight crops with this 18-140 lens. I know it's not the fastest lens, but I'm not so worried about that. Really, at a wedding nowadays, looking over past mistakes and everything, all the mistakes I've done in the past are because I'm using too wide a aperture. So what you want to do is stop down, if you can, a little bit at a wedding. I recommend probably around f4. It's probably a good place to be, and you know, if you got groups of people, then you probably want to go even up to like f8. You don't want people out of focus at a wedding. It's not a good thing. So yeah, so I'll be running this guy during the actual ceremony. Actually, I'll have two cameras on during the ceremony. I'm going to have this guy mainly. I'll be shooting mostly with this guy, and I'll have the D700. During the ceremony, I'm going to change over to this guy, the 85 1.8G. Nice and light. Don't need the f1.4. This is plenty shallower depth of field. You know, that's good enough for me. It's going to give me all the effect that I want, and it's, you know, very light, very, very sharp. Great piece of glass. What else do I have? In case there's wide group shots that I can't get everybody in, I've got the 10-24 Nikon lens, just in case. Probably won't use it, probably won't need it. I'm pretty sure the 18 is going to be wide enough for just about everything. And I've also got this guy, the 24-85, which I was thinking of shooting the whole wedding with, but reconsidering that, I reckon I'll be fine with the D7100, the 18-140. The D700, I'm going to be going between the 35 for, like I said, before shots. So, you know, when people are, you know, mingling and chatting, you get shots of couples and groups with the 35 and a flash, this guy here. And then during the ceremony, I'm going to be shooting them off with the 18-140, getting nice sharp shots with that one. And yeah, afterwards when we go outside for the you know, the more posed photos, the family shots and all that, I'll definitely be taking my 85 with the D700. And alright, so yeah, that's the quick summary of how I'm going to run this wedding with my two main cameras. The main camera I'm probably going to shoot, I'd say probably 80 to 90% of the wedding on is the D7100 with the 18-140 lens, and then all my formal shots and you know, specialty sort of shots, I'll be using the D700 with the 35mm 1.4 Sigma and also the 85mm 1.8 Nikon G lens. So yeah, so that's how I'm going to run this wedding, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it might give you some ideas of how you might shoot your next wedding, and look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks, bye.